Today, we're diving into the world of Web3 development, and I'll show you how to query data from the Nouns DAO using the Graphs API. Let's get started by heading over to the Graphs website. The Graph is an indexing protocol for querying blockchain data. It's widely used in the Web3 space and allows developers to build powerful, data-rich applications. First, we need to access Subgraph Studio, where we'll sign up and create an API key. With the Graphs free plan, we get 100,000 queries per month, plenty to get us started. Once you're signed in, let's create that API key. Just click Create API Key, give it a name, and we're all set. Make sure to keep that key handy because we'll need it in just a moment. Now, let's explore the subgraphs available on the Graph. Subgraphs are like organized databases of Web3 data, making it easy to query exactly what we need. Head over to the Graph Explorer, where you can find all the published subgraphs. Here in the Graph Explorer, we'll search for the Nouns DAO subgraph. Once you find it, click on it to view its dashboard. The dashboard provides all the information we need, including the query endpoint. Before we start coding, let's design our query in the GraphQL playground. This is a great space to experiment with different queries and see what data we can retrieve. On the left, you'll write your query, and on the right, you can explore the schema, like entities and fields, to shape your request. Let's design our query in the GraphQL playground. This is a great space to experiment with different queries and see what data we can retrieve. On the left, you'll write your query, and on the right, you can explore the schema, like entities and fields, to shape your request. For example, let's create a query to fetch the first 5 nouns, including their ID, seed, and owner fields. Once the query looks good, we'll run it and see what data comes back. Now that we have our query, it's time to implement it in a real-world application. For this tutorial, I'll implement the query in a Node.js environment on Replit. We'll set up the API endpoint using the URL from the Graph Explorer, then paste in our API key. Next, we'll write our GraphQL query to fetch the nouns data, and finally, we'll send the request and log the response, and that's it. You've just queried data from the Nouns DAO using the Graph and integrated it into a Node.js application. The possibilities with this data are endless, and now you can build more powerful, data-driven applications.